10:09 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on the East Coast in the United States of America. I'm XRP Future Millionaire, and we have a lot of exciting things going on. We have some very important Bitcoin news here to talk about. Now, I want you guys who are not familiar with commodities, who have been listening to me for a while and now are thinking to yourselves, oh, son of a bitch, I blew it. I should have listened to Tom. He's been speaking commodities. He won't shut up about it. Well, there are still one untapped that's in the bottom of its symmetrical commerce resource, which I'm the most heavily invested out of any of mine. Because it bounced back up into the circle, or into the symmetrical, and now if it bounces up, you've got a minimum move of rejection if it were to get rejection here. But with the way the commodities are moving, this is a niobium mining company, and this has followed 100% to the T for the last several months. And I got back in at 1550, and that was the absolute, I mean, when I say bottom, or 1520 something, or 30 something it gave me, as you guys know, 1537 it gave me, and I couldn't believe it because it was still up here, but then it's behind on the OTC, and I showed the actual buy-in order because I actually couldn't believe it. And this symmetrical, I don't want to confuse people. I accidentally moved this up. It was actually a little bit lower to like there, but I accidentally moved it up, and that was an accident. Just never forgot. I forgot to put it back. But it's more like that. No, it's not. See, it's supposed to be like, because it's right under, or on the outside of the 20-day. And I accidentally moved this when I was coming on right before I started this, and I was supposed to fix it the other day, and I never did, and now it looks stupid. Okay, that's good enough. But that's how it's been following. So we've got the move in here, but if it breaks out of this, because there's a bigger symmetrical formation that this has actually followed as well, and you can see it if I pull it like this with the trend line, and I'm focusing on this because this is probably an opportunity. It's been running opposite of the rest of the markets, the commodities market. So when the commodities are dumping, this has been pushing. And when the commodities are looking real nice, this has been dumping. Yeah, I like this a lot better, like this. Because that's actually what it's been doing. So if you look at it like this, if we break out of the short-term time frame, which is more like, if we fix this now, because now we have more evidence. I built this a long time ago, guys, and it's just happened to follow it. But that's actually the smaller time frame, but it's actually broken outside of it every time. So let's say if it goes from here to here, I'm looking at some 30% here in the short term. That's what I'm playing. But as you see with commerce resource, there are harsh retracements. And we've been talking about Fortuna silver mines and all these for a long time. So if you're looking to get on them now, I would wait. Because Fortuna, once again, I've had a symmetrical triangle for Fortuna that goes back a long time. And it's rode that symmetrical. And we can go back farther. But this is just the short term. And it's right in the upper resistance area. If it can break over that, that's one thing. But you have to expect a double bottom retrace here. Because we had a harsh fall here. That brought us all the way down. If we bring it into the 2 hour, you'll be able to see it easier. But it brought us into the symmetrical way, way down. And it was a harsh rejection some time ago. And it got us down into here, and that's where we restarted this uptrend. And I knew, based on what it was doing, that we were going to follow that. And if we couldn't break out from that, we'd fall back into this wedge, and that's what we're doing. So if we get rejected here, the RSI is way getting into the overbought now on all these time frames. So you have to be careful when you buy in at these points. This is profit-taking time is what that means to me on the RSI. So you could get another... I wouldn't sell it at all with Fortuna silver mines until it breaks down. PBR, I sold my call options, as you guys know. I sold when I hit that 1496, and I gave every reason why. I thought we were about to have a heavy retrace. The RSI was way overbought, which just means people are taking profits, and it made it easy for me because it was up towards 80. And it happened to return, it ended up falling down that same day I sold at 8.5%, as you guys know. So, or 7.5%. So it worked out very nicely. But now I'm looking at the call options again because, as you know, crude oil is exploding. But as I say with all these, on these explosions, they're going to have to come down and retest these 20 days and the dailies. And you're going to see it quite often. So as of right now, you're going to see a heavy retrace on crude oil, likely. They don't just go straight up. You'll get a nice push down. And that's just what happens. You know, it's no one's fault. But commodities often do this because they have to retrace. Gold, now everybody's probably touting, buy gold, buy it now, buy all the commodities. Now gold's probably going to have one of the heavier retraces that you see when it gets rejected at my 2076. And I've had these out, and you guys know this, for months. So now when it hits the 2076 rejection point, in my opinion, it's probably, I don't think it's going to come all the way to 1901. Even 2000 could be your new support structure. 2000 right here could be the new support structure. If not, we have to follow this now. 1912, and then this 1974 is where it finally pushed over after a rejection and retrace. So those are the support levels that I would expect gold to come back down to. I don't think it's going to be a straight up to 2,500. Gold is painful, and so is silver, because they like to retrace at every step. So again, gold, we've talked about the $30 level when we can get up here, but we have other levels now. I mean, we literally broke out of 2569 area. Now we're going to push up, and I believe the area we're trying to get to is 2825 would be the upper area. We already broke out of the 2677. So if you're looking for a retrace for silver, I would wait, because silver was a little bit behind, but it is still heading in up towards 80 on the overbought. So you're going to see a retracement here probably today or tomorrow, and a lot of people are going to get hurt by it, because a lot of people are buying the stuff I told them now, like Fortuna. I got a lot of people, I bought it, but it was already up 7% today. And I told everybody to buy it at $2.93 and $3.17 and $3.40 because we were riding to the top of the symmetrical. Now we've hit the top. These are the dangerous areas, because now we're going to have to retrace. And the retracement could simply be this now in Fortuna Silver Mines into this tight wedge and then gone. It could have reset itself. So that's what we're seeing up across there. Same thing, if you're trying to jump into AAU and GPL, these ones are also ones that are going to be painfully, it's going to kill you. You're going to have probably an 18% retrace in the next couple days on AAU, because it's going to have to retest that 40-cent breakout. And then GPL, same thing. These are getting painfully high in the overbought now, and this is probably going to have to retest the 100-day. Unless you can get to the 200 and get top side of it like AAU did, then you would retest the top side of this. So I would watch these very closely. When you get 30 and 40% in one day on these companies, I told you, these companies move. And that's why I like the junior mining companies. I woke up today, I had about $2,800, what was it? Between the two of these companies, I had about $2,600. I woke up this morning, I think it's like $4,000 almost in my account, because I was up like $1,200. I woke up, I'm like, holy shit, what the hell? In my IRA. And I seen GPL and AU were just absolutely ripping it. Now, if Commerce Resource rips it, because this is my baby, I'm telling you guys, Commerce Resource is undervalued, and it's probably about to pop for some 20 to 30%. Don't say I didn't tell you so in a couple days or a week or two. But this is the one that's undervalued and is ready to explode. I'm telling you right now, if you have a chance to buy Commerce Resource, I would heavily consider buying it. So, and that's my most heavily invested. So if that one goes up, I'm going to be feeling real good. And I think I was up because AU is up about 56% in the last couple days for me, about the last week. And then GPL's up better than 50% since I bought it. So some unbelievable buying opportunities that I was trying to get everybody on. And now with Bitcoin, because I got so excited about commodities. So Bitcoin, because this is our time to shine in the commodities. I told you guys it would happen, and it's starting. So Bitcoin, the biggest thing right now, the 4-hour time frame. Watch this very closely. We got 38,000, and I missed it by a little bit. 38,947 is the resistance. If we can't break that, that's the 4-hour time frame, 20-day. That is your overwhelming spot where it says we're very bearish, and this was nothing more than a bull trap when you come up to the 20-day if you can't break it. So we completed a bearish divergence, as you know. Now it's the question of, can we start rounding the bottom? To me, I don't know. We're getting a little bit of volume in the 4-hourly, so that's a good sign. But if you break it down into the 30-minute time frame, it's starting to round, and we're coming back and having a very hard time with this right here at 38,728. Now, if we can hold 38,728, that means we're being supported on the 30-day, 20-day, and being resisted upon the 4-hour, 20-day, which is a very interesting position to be in, because if we get rejected by the 20-day, it's over. But as you can see with Bitcoin, unless this rounds back down, we've completed 2/3 of a bullish divergence here. So what am I saying? I'm saying if we can break over and hold, we'll probably go to, where's that retest? Because we're going to have a retest. 41,833 area is a logical retest point. XRP's holding that 72.2, which to me if you're holding these areas, this is your bullish kind of push up to back test. So I would say 77 up to 804 where we've circled the drop. That would be the retest on the way back up those two circles. So what would we be looking at with XRP? Because this is actually a very interesting time. It's just if Biden comes out, and this is why I'm not interested in buying, even though I'm highly considering and I really want to. If Biden comes out with that crypto tax regulation, it's over. It's absolutely over. If he comes out and says anything and he does that executive order and it's supposed to come out this week, well, it's already Wednesday now, or Tuesday. So when's he going to come out and say this? So that's what scares me. Now, a lot of FUD in the market, which means there could be some buying opportunities. I've been looking at FTM, which if it wasn't my bedtime last night, I would have probably bought in. I was so ready to buy this because I thought it was going to reverse into a bullish divergence, but I had to go to bed, and it was at $1.29, and I went to bed last night. I'm not even kidding, at 10:30. The earliest I've gone to bed since I started doing YouTube. And the reason for that was I seen the way the market setup was, and I said, you know what? Everything's getting ready to do what I needed to do on my side, and I wanted to just let it play out. Like even some other ones that you guys know that I made some crazy plays on that are coming through. Like, it's the timing of it all. So now with a lot of these, it's the timing. And right now, where Bitcoin's at, the timing is wrong. We have to make sure it gets on top of the 20 days. So pay attention to this. Make sure to hit that like button. And join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month. 263 members of Tom's Army, yes. We lost some members, but we gained some new members. But it's a new month. So the rollover of the subscribers now in Tom's Army has been very low in comparison. The drop-off rate. So I really appreciate that from everybody, but it's imperative to join Tom's Army. Get the exclusive Telegram. I teach classes Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, 8 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You don't have to be live. It's available 60 seconds after, and that's right. Today's Tuesday, and the only reason to get that free, or the only way to get the free class is to join Tom's Army for $9.99 a month to get the Telegram. The only way to get the Telegram is to join Tom's Army, and the only way to get the classes is to be a part of the Telegram. And all I ask is at the end of the class, there's no monthly payments of hundreds or thousands of dollars. All I ask is for a $5 donation. Some of you who have watched my classes have never paid yet. I'm monitoring. Just make sure to pay it forward so that I don't have to ban you from future classes.